we at First Public Hydrogen Authority are bridging the gap between the supply and demand. And as we all know in this industry, there is a disconnect between that and that challenge right now. On one side, on the supply side, you have very large scale green energy developers, and sometimes not always green, that are having difficulty identifying and getting offtake large enough to build their large projects. We saw this early in the industry, and our mayor, through his leadership, said, let's try to work on this to fix it as a challenge that the industry is facing. So we created a First Public Hydrogen Authority, which is a partnership between the city and industry, as the first members who create this public utility for the purpose of transacting hydrogen to not only public agencies, transit authorities and port authorities, but also to other cities, municipals to convert their fleets, as well as heavy duty trucking and other industry needed support. What we do, which is kind of interesting, is the process we use is going to be, it's a public utility. So everything we do is going to be very transparent as it relates to pricing, delivery costs. So hopefully we'll get to a real price of hydrogen and know what that industry and market looks like long term. Right. So I think there's a couple things. One is when we started this process, our mayor kind of said, hey, let's go become a hydrogen city. And, that's been his vision from a green energy perspective. And so he said, let's do this. So we worked with companies, Element, Heliogen, SGH2. There's a number of projects that are located in Lancaster to say, hey, and if we want to be the hydrogen city, then we need to have hydrogen development. So we worked really hard rezoning land and doing a number of things to get development started. Once we realized, once we got this project started, we were like, okay, it's time to start, building this hydrogen city with energy and other transit agencies and things of that nature. And we realized, that this industry had a flaw in it. These projects that we approved and spent some time on didn't have a really marketplace to sell their energy. So we stepped in and did that. So the best thing they did, I think, was allowing us to understand this marketplace and know what needs to get done to get fixed in order to start developing this industry. So that's kind of one, that's the most important. But two, I think once the industry is developed, is not only just Element and the business or the developments that are in Lancaster, but developments outside of Lancaster is going to be a huge economic boon to the entire state of California, because the demand is going to continue to get larger. The want to clean our air is going to continue to get greater. Starting this marketplace is really a unique opportunity for the entire state. That's the greatest challenge, is having available, affordable, reliable hydrogen fuel in the marketplace. I mean, that is the greatest challenge for everybody. And then what we're trying to do is aggregate that demand, right, to allow these projects to get built and provide a transparency that people are looking for, right? In a new market, people distrust, right? There's a certain level of distrust in the new market. And the solution to distrust is transparency. So I think we come in and we build that opportunity to not only be a trustworthy agency that speaks the language of off-takers, but is also completely transparent as it relates to pricing and reliability. So we have this opportunity to kind of put this in this unique system that we have as it relates to our solution. And the other thing of it is too, that what we're working on is not exclusive. So it is a competitive marketplace still. So we allow that to exist and actually help create that competitive marketplace. And I think the message or the takeaway or the ask, I would say, is reach out to First Public Hydrogen Authority, right? We have a solution for your fueling needs. And again, it's transparent, it's reliable, and it's necessary. So if those transit agencies out there that we have reached out to already or going to be reaching out to, come join us, right? There's no obligation. The only obligation is a little bit of your time to help us understand your demands so that we can try to fill them. For those other agencies, the port authorities and the port operators, give us a call, reach out. I think there's some opportunities for us to partner as well. And not only that, the trucking companies, those guys that are out there in the fleets that are trying to retrofit their trucks to enter the ports, to enter the markets in a zero tailpipe emission environment. We are the solution. We are part of the solution. So reach out and we can see what we can do together to create a collective marketplace that allows us to kind of transform our fleets, transform our air quality, and hopefully transform our planet a little bit. As with your event and many events that I've attended, I think what's key is, one, education, right? You have the opportunity to learn new things that are going on, learn about new projects, learn about new developments. And I think there's a showcase to do that through this convention. But also it's an opportunity to network, right? That business development side of things that we oftentimes, what I've been doing in our agency and what many other people are doing is trying to reach out and, reach out and find those people that you need to talk to from a business development standpoint. In this case, they're all in one spot, right? So if you need to do that business development, you have the opportunity to be in one spot together to have those conversations and build that energy, synergy, whatever you want to call it, no pun intended, to kind of figure out how to build this industry together. Because we're in how would you say, it's a competition, but we also have to cooperate, right? We need to do this quickly, so we need some co-opetition together, so that we can get this market moving as an industry. So that's the benefit I see.